Hello guys, welcome back again with me. In this video, I will give some presentation and practice about the network system administration. In the last learning material, I was giving you some presentation and practice about the networking on VirtualBox. And now, I will give you some presentation and practice about the virtual machine on VMware. So let's go to the video. In the chapter 4, which is virtual machine on VMware, I will practice about installation Ubuntu server on VMware and then cloning VM, snapshot, and export and import virtual machine. So first, you can open your virtual machine, your VMware. So in here, the interface, when you open it, maybe it has a little different interface, because in here I'm using the dark mode, so the interface in here is dark. So in here you can click the create a new virtual machine to make a new VM, and then you can choose the typical recommended, which is the setting it will get set with the recommended from the VMware for your hardware. But for the custom one, you can set it the virtual machine with anything you want, and then you can just click next, and in here you can select the installer this image, and you can browse your ISO of the Ubuntu server, which is in here. It is this, and then you can just click enter and then next. Yeah, and in here you must make a server name and then the user, but it is not a fake on your virtual machine, because when you do the installation on the VM later, you must make a new user and the new server name. So in here I will just fill it with this. And then the password, and you can just click next. And for the Ubuntu name, I will just use Ubuntu, and the location for the VMware, for the my VM is in here. You can just click next, and in here by default the disk that VMware given for the VM, it is 20 GB, but actually for the Ubuntu server you can just use it 10, and it will run normally, and it's not too many memory on your laptop or PC, and you can just click next. And in here there is customized hardware. So if you want to customize your hardware, like for the memory you want use it 1 GB, and for the processor you want just use one processor, so you can select the customized hardware, and in here I will choose it 1 GB. And for the processor, I will select it with one processor, and then you can click close, and you can click finish, and as you can see it is automatically get set, and it will started by automatically, and we can wait until it joins to the language filters. And now I've been joined into the language interpreters, which is you can select the language on your VM. I will use the English one and then enter. Enter, and then I will continue without updating. And for the keyboard layout, I will just use English and then continue without okay, done, and then it is also done, and we can wait for it. And in this one, it is for the memory that you will use. So in here I will use the entire disk. Can done, and in here it is the information on your memory. Then you can just click done and then continue. And in here you can set the name of your server. For your name, I will just use Ubuntu. The server name also Ubuntu. And in here I will use the user Agi. For the password is this, and also this to confirm. And you can just click done. And in here there is OpenSSH. I will install it, so later I can remote my server from another application. And then you can just click done. Maybe it's a little bit laggy. And in here there is an application that you can download. So in here I will not download any application. I will just skip it. And now we can wait until the installation is successful and it shows reboot now. Maybe I will skip it until it shows reboot now. And now it shows reboot now, so you can just go to the reboot now, then you can click enter. And now the Ubuntu server will do the rebooting, and we can wait until it is successful, until it shows the login menu. And in here you can log in into your user that you have been set. Which is my user, it is Agi, and for the password is this. And as you can see, it is now has been successfully login. Wait. So for the installation Ubuntu server on VMware, it is now successful. And now I will practice the cloning VM on the VMware. So you can use the cloning menu if there is some case you need to VM on your laptop, but you don't want to install it again, so you can just use the cloning feature. So first you can open your VMware, and in here you can just right click, and then it should be in here, manage, and then there is clone. So you can just click it, and you can next, and in here you can click just the current state, then next, and you can click the create a full clone, so it will clone all of the configuration in here. You can just click next, and for the name I will use Ubuntu 2, and for the location it is in here. You can just click finish, and we can wait for it. And now the cloning has been successful. You can just close it and it should be showing in here. You can just pour on the Ubuntu server. So actually this Ubuntu 2, it has the same configuration, specification, and all the things that Ubuntu 1 have. So for the Ubuntu 2, it is a replicate from the Ubuntu 1, or because it get the Ubuntu 2, it is from the cloning of the Ubuntu 1, and it should be have the same configuration, specification, and etc. And you can log in. And the password, and as you can see, it is successful. So the configuration and all the things from the Ubuntu 1, it is also in the also the same in the Ubuntu 2. And next I will practice the snapshot feature. So for the snapshot feature, it is used when you want do some configuration, but you scared when you do the another configuration there is some problem. So you can use a snapshot feature to back up the configuration before you configure it again. When there is some problem, you can just go back to the state before, or the state that you back up. So in here I will use the Ubuntu 1 as for this experiment. So in here you can right click, and then there is snapshot, and then take snapshot. And for the name I will type snapshot default setting. And for the description, you can fill it with anything you want, but in here I will just fill it blank and then take snapshot. So in here for the snapshot one, that means I've been back up the configuration in here. So and now I will make some configuration. For example, maybe there is a problem when I do a configuring. So when there is some problem when you when you make a new configuration and you want to go back to the state before you configure the VM, you can use the snapshot default setting that I've been already setting. And now we can wait until it shows login menu. And in here I will login, and the password is this. I will clear it. So for example, I will make some file if as some problem in the configuration. I will make some file which is touch.a.txt, b.txt, c.txt. And now I will type ls to see the file. So you can make this a.txt, b.txt, c.txt as if it is a problem when you configure your Ubuntu. So and you want to come back to the setting before the problem is begin, which is, for example, for the a.txt until c.txt, it is the problem, and you want to go back to the state when this problem it is still not happen. Now we'll shut down it again, shut down guys, and then shut down. And in here you can right click and then snapshot. You can choose the revert. Wait, right click and then snapshot, and there is revert to snapshot default setting. So for the default setting in here, it is the configuration before I do add the file, which is a.txt until c.txt. When I click the revert to snapshot, we'll click it, and I will click yes, and it should be so for the a.txt, b.txt, c.txt, as if it is the problem, it will get disappear because I'm going back to the state before I do the configured thing, which is adding the a.txt, b.txt, and then c.txt. And we can wait for the VM until it shows the login menu, and I will explain it later. We'll login. And now I will you can remember, before I do the snapshot, before I revert this VM to the snapshot default setting, I've been adding some file in here, which is a.txt, b.txt, and then c.txt. And now I've been select the revert to snapshot, which is the in the snapshot, it is the backup file from the Ubuntu one before I do add the file. And I will type ls, and now as you can see in here there is no file that show up. So that means in here the snapshot feature that I've been practice, it is successful. So for the conclusion, you can use snapshot feature to back up your state before you make a new configuration if you scared of some problem. So before it shows some problem, you can do the snapshot. When there is a problem, you can just revert it back to the snapshot that you've been create. So that is the explanation. Maybe you will understand with what I'm saying. So for the snapshot feature, it is successful. And now I will do the export and import virtual machine on VMware. So for example, I will shut down this VM first. So for example, if you want to export the Ubuntu one to another PC or to another laptop, you can use the export feature to share your virtual machine to other PC or to other switch or routers. It is I mean not routers, to a PC or to your friend's laptop. So in here, to export this Ubuntu, you can click the file, and then there is export to OVF. You can click it, But before you click that, you must click the which VM that you want to export, which is I want to export the Ubuntu one. You can go to file and then export to OVF. Then in here I will place the Ubuntu OVF in here. You can just click save and you can wait for it. So before I've been doing the export feature in the VBox, but for the VBox the file it is OVA, but for the VMware it is OVF. So that is the extension and that is the different. And because it's different, but for the context it is still the same, just the different it is just the extension and the application. And now the exporting it is successful, and you can find the file in here, which is the documents, and then in here industry. So as you can see, there is Ubuntu server OVA, and then it is only this. Maybe for now. Wait, I will search it again. I think it is not there. Wait, I will find where is the document virtual machine. Document virtual machine. Go in here, and as you can see, for the Ubuntu server there is not only one file that get export. So for the for the VBox, when you export the VM, it is only one file that get export. But for the VMware, VM that from the VMware that you want to export, there is three. One, two, three, 4, 5. There is 5 file, which is there is Ubuntu 1 OVF, MF, this one, file 1, file 2, and file 3. So for the VMware, when you export some VM, it will get export by 3 file or more, but for the VBox it is only one file that get export, and it has OVA extension. And for the VMware it has OVF extension, and when you want to import it, you can click this Ubuntu 1 OVF. You can right click and then open with, and then VMware workstation. And now you can fill the name for the server. I will fill it Ubuntu 3, and in here it is the location, and you can just click import, and then we can wait for it again. And now it is the import is successful, and I will try to start the Ubuntu 3, which is the virtual machine. And it should be have the same configuration as Ubuntu 1 because it is the Ubuntu 3 it is from the export of the Ubuntu 1, and we can wait until it shows the login menu. And we can log in and then the password, and as you can see it is successful. So for the export and import feature in the VMware workstation, it is successful. So that is all the that is all of the installation and then all the feature on the VMware workstation that I've been practicing. So that is my presentation and practice. Sorry if there any mistake or miscommunication, or there is some word that it is not that good because I still learning English. So if you want to ask something, you can comment in the comment. And thank you for your time. See you next time, guys. Bye bye.